I don't think it has to do with the what's it called? I think it's just future value. That's it. I mean,
Bro, if we only used 15% of the cloud, the capacity of the cloud to this day.
but it doesn't. I mean, it's a good business, right? And it's making a money, but are you going to pay the same premium on it like 2 years from now if other growth
Yeah, because
is?
the stickiness. They make you so locked up in their shit that if you want to change, the cost for you is too great.
But it doesn't. But I'm saying overall aggregate demand slowdown
For AWS,
in just the no world. It's economy.
I highly doubt it.
Mm, I don't.
Because how are you going to cut costs as a corporation right now?
It's not cut. It's just what if demand slows?
No, but I'm saying, like, how are you going to cut costs as a corporation?
By
By
firing
operating
people?
on the cloud, not just firing people.
Raising
Well,
prices.
how are you going to be able to fire those people?
I guess
They
put
knew
them.
before?
Yeah, put them in new.
You operate
Replace
on the cloud,
them.
you operate, make it tech, right? You make it tech based,
Hmm.
and that's what enterprise solutions in any type
But
of
it's
market.
still. But that's where it's like, once everyone you don't. So you don't think the price of amp. Like I'm
Hey, if
saying,
you want to record this right now, we can.
I'm already recording.
Oh, you are?
You were doing good. It's like, see, you do better when I don't tell you you're recorded. you were on it, bro. You were ready to go. You're like, fuck.
But you really think that?
Yeah, I do really think that. I think it'll just go. Everything will come down.
No,
Like
but think about it.
it's a slowdown.
No. When there's a slowdown,
I don't think Amazon's gonna collapse, but I think
No. Listen, when there's a slowdown, what do people migrate towards? Business have to stay operational. You're not saying that everything. You're saying that everything's just gonna be apocalypse. Everything's just gonna close.
No, I'm saying-
way.
demand warrants services, right? When that's how you take expected demand to factor. Okay, should I hire? Should I grow? Should I do this? So if demand is expected to slow,
Right. Your number one thing to do, as from an operational standpoint, what are you gonna do? You're gonna cut the fat.
yeah, 100%. It's fire people.
And most of the fat nowadays comes from legacy systems. Legacy systems are systems that are installed and you're still paying monthlies for something that doesn't operate as fast, requires a lot more man work, and is just clunky.
But even
all
then,
in all.
I don't. But I still think cutting the fat isn't going to lead to growth.
It does.
But not if demand.
The same guy.
So the question is, will that fat cut make up for the drop in demand?
The drop in demand of what though? That's not the demand
Aggregate.
is not dropping.
It's going
The
to.
demand for those enterprise solutions is not dropping to the clip that it is to consumers.
To-
On the consumer side, of course.
No, so you're telling me demand is not going to drop.
On the enterprise side, no.
If you're doing, okay, so if you get 30-40% less customers, why would you pay for a,
But you're gonna get 34 on what though? Like what in terms of what?
I don't know, but wouldn't you, even then, like how the cloud works, wouldn't they could cut their storage, their plans, and their usage, it could just go down.
Right, but then what kind of products are you trying to sell here?
I'm saying we're going to see across the board slowdowns.
Right, but then now we're also gonna operate towards a place of, okay, let's say like fintech, right? A payment scheme. No more credit cards, any of that. How many new companies are gonna come from that? If not a lot already. Then on another note,
This is scaring me, dude.
no, on another note, blockchain on the food. Using a blockchain technology to be able to safely, securely get all the supply chain and logistics and get your product delivered to you at time perfectly with a smart contract in it.
Food?
Yes.
That'd be genius.
It's already happening. So you're already paid. In terms of all of that, everything that's supposed to happen, that's gonna try to, fight back and be deterrent to this market slowdown, leads to you operating on full basis on a cloud system.
So you think cloud is the savior?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm scared now because I don't disagree with you, but I think it just highlights how complex this next slowdown is going to be.
Oh, very complex. because we're in such a different place where tech is going crazy, but the demand in the market, the economy is coming to the slump. Rise and run. That just happens, right? It's like it's coming down. So when it's coming down,
No, but no. 2001.
yeah, but 2001 compared to 1991, what came, the internet, right? The internet. But what was the internet really able to do then? Not that much.
But what happened though?
Yeah, it was a tech stock boom. But what I'm talking about now isn't a
no,
tech
it's what
stock.
everybody said. They're like, okay, everyone's just gonna go to www. They're gonna switch from these systems to online banking.
Yeah, but it was the same thing. These systems still were implemented into your company through a www system. It was the same thing. They just packaged it and sold it differently. Now it's actually a completely different beast, especially when you introduce the blockchain, decentralization.
No, because
When you introduce decentralization, all the runoffs that you get from certain companies that have been what's one of the biggest problems any company faces? Getting paid on time, right? Accounts receivable.
Yeah.
Always one of the biggest problems. Now, what they're trying to, not that it's there yet, but what they're trying to achieve is to get rid of that, essentially. Get rid of your problem of the parentheses around your accounts receivable.
Oh, for smart contracts.
Any of that. So once you can deliver goods, you get paid. Once you can deliver services, you get paid.
Okay, but now here's
Everyone
the thing. Okay,
gets
but
paid.
no, but what if people don't adopt that?
But they are.
But they're not going. Not everybody.
Most people are adopting.
Elon won't adopt that.
If you of course Elon won't adopt
You
that.
see what I'm saying?
But I'm saying
But no, there's a.
you're gonna get left, right?
You think? Oh, so you think it's gonna be?
You're gonna get left behind. Everyone's gonna be on a whole different wave.
No, but
It's
some.
like the same thing. Everyone's gonna be playing games on a phone while you're still trying to figure out your 90s. PC.
No, you're gonna get, bro. You're gonna suffer growth, like literally. No, you wouldn't. Business won't. That'll stop business. If your accounts receivable was that strict, so you're telling me, okay,
No, I'm not talking about strictness.
It
That's still gonna happen, but I'm talking about making it a less margin, so you're able to then operate your business better.
Yeah, but some
Then
people,
you wouldn't have to take on subscription lines and credit lines when you don't need to. When you have certain payments that have been 6 months late, that could be $500 million, $10 million, or even 10,000 for a small company.
but then you wouldn't get the business if people weren't willing to run a tab. If you weren't willing to run a tab.
I'm not saying we're not willing to run a tab, but that if the whole system is working on decentralized,
But it's just too strict.
it doesn't matter. That's how it's supposed to be. You're saying that if you do
I
something
feel.
everything you're saying right now is that you do something for me, you should be allowed to pay me 3 months to 4 months later.
I feel, yeah, I guess.
It's just how the world should operate.
Oh, fuck. Scary, dude.
That's what, like, all the crypto
But it
stuff.
doesn't-
I know you love the crypto stuff, but
Oh, I love it, of course.
Like-
But that's why I should be on your team right now. But that's what I'm saying. With what I know with corporations and business, that's, oh man.
But even you go to like neobanks, right? You take like Monzo Bank, where they're valued at a $1.6 billion valuation, because everything's strictly online. They have no physical stores. So they made a certain agreement with all all ATMs around the UK that they can take money and use money and you operate that, but everything else is done on their phone. And like that goes back to my point before, is that what the phone was able to do now
Yeah.
compared to any time before is insane. You can do everything on your phone.
It's a computer.
It's a computer. You're a full-on computer with you anywhere you go.
Internet.
And like shit like Apple Pay, right? The secureness. I mean, and like
Dude,
RFID
Apple's-
technology, but Google Pay, any of that payments, right? Anything with an NFC chip that you can scan and pay right away.
Yeah.
All of that then goes back to how you're making everything then a living organism, right? Isn't that the whole point of everything? Of anything, that chair, anything is to make it a living organism, because then you're able to. I mean, then I was talking about like crazy other future shit, but like
You're such a futurist.
then you're getting rid of the tradesmen, right? That come and like It's your Mac computer. Imagine if that computer was actually a living organism where you yourself were able to tell any problem with it and fix it yourself.
Oh, you're talking AI.
No, not AI.
Oh, dude,
Not AI yet. Like even in augmented reality, which is coming to life.
So is what you're saying before or after AI? Before.
AI has no. It's before AI. AI is still such a long way to go. Like what AI is able to do now compared to what it could do, and AI is a completely different beast. That's gonna be.
But what are you saying? So living core, like computer.
You're able to do anything. You're able to then open up all databases, all manuals, all videos that regard to assembling and deassembling that computer.
How? Oh, the cloud.
The cloud.
But then okay, so now, who is providing that information?
All of these companies.
And how much does it cost them?
These companies that cost them to do it.
Yes.
To put it on the cloud.
Yeah.
Not much.
So, but now, I think it's self-interest. It doesn't cost much now. If there's demand, you'll put it up there. The supplier will produce on the cloud if it's demanding there and if it's netting a profit.
No, because think about who are they paying to go and do all this shit?
Who?
How much do they pay Genius Bar?
A lot.
All across America.
Yeah, but you're saying the user is going to pay.
If you're the user, then you are Genius Bar now. You're able to do all of that just by them implementing, just by them putting a data.
But who's they? Who put it up there?
Apple. Let's just say Apple for
So
example.
why would Apple?
Because they save the cost on all these benefits, employee benefits, employment, 401ks, retirement funds, all of that.
So then would they? And then they're going to charge the user to access the cloud Genius.
They already charge you on the cloud on a SaaS-based model. So yes, they charge you a few dollars more.
Yeah, but then that's the thing. If the demand is not there, why would they offer? Why would literally? It's like planned obsolescence. Why would Apple get rid of Genius Bar that they could make so much money on?
How much money are they making off Genius Bar?
A lot. Think about it. Broken phones.
Right. But think about when it's so broken that you're not able to fix it yourself, you do the same thing. You just do it online with one click. They still make the money. They still make the same amount of money that they do with.
Yeah.
They have people. Everything they do this. They make the same amount of money.
So, but here's my okay. So this you're right. I agree with. But now my issue is what I was getting at, where it's like, whoever's putting the shit on the cloud, from economically speaking, they would only do so if there's a financial incentive.
And I'm telling you the financial incentive.
Yes. But now what I'm saying is now, if the demand ceases, if people aren't accessing it that much, or reverse it, essentially, if they forecast that there's not enough people to pay that price, or to pay this, they have no incentive to put it on the cloud. What I'm trying to say is I think if demand drops, the incentive to go on the cloud becomes a lot less, whereas right now, the incentive is high because the market's demanding it.
The demand is to fix things, right? Do things get broken? All the time. Because we're not talking about a supply side demand. We're not talking about supply and demand here. We're talking about just pure. I mean, of course, it's still supply and demand.
You can't get rid of it.
You just can't get rid of it, and that goes back to the stickiness. Think about how sticky you're going to be now to an Apple product, if that's how tied in you are to Apple. But where you have to consistently pay them on the cloud because you have to get your stuff fixed. It's the same thing as it's of course there's going to be some type of period where people are going to get used to it. But nowadays people pick up things so fast. Think about this lightning bolt. Think about that stupid Thunderbolt dongle that they're making so much money off of.
I didn't buy it.
Right, you bought that thing on the side.
I bought this thing on the side.
You're still paying a third party company to do that, right? You adopted to it. You hate it, but you adopted to it because and you're gonna be like, okay, this is what I need now.
I did because I needed a faster computer.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
I could have went to a PC. I just didn't want a PC though.
Right. You could have went to a PC. You could have done all that, but because all your stuff is with Apple, you've consistently been on an iPhone, and you know what I mean. And everything's so integrated. Like for me, I use Apple Music, which is also very integrated as well.
Same.
So like, what gives me incentive to leave? I wouldn't. I love the way it looks. I love the way it operates. If I can afford it, I'm gonna.
But
buy
what? But now, but that's the thing. Your demand is set at what you like and what you want to use. But now to access, you're not going to access more just because they put it on the cloud.
Why would you not be able to?
You would be able to, but you might not demand it.
Think bigger. Think city infrastructure. What if I was able to access at any time the amount of parking spaces and where they would be and what's the most optimal?
But I guess bringing it back to just the prices going down, like of Amazon and these providers. I just think even all this, that it's just like I agree. Even when when the market, it's like a boom and bust cycle. So whenever something's busting,
Right, boom bust. Yeah.
there's a whole nother side of the economy
Right.
that's booming from the residual effect of the decline there.
Right.
So, cities, and I think there's going to be a benefit. I agree with you. I think you've converted me. I see that. The benefit's there, but I still think overall, the lack in demand and growth elsewhere is going to offset it, but I think there's going to be a huger effect there. So we're going to see the net positive of what you're saying at the fourth or fifth year is when it starts to recover. But I think we're going to take way too many. The growth hit is going to be huge. We're going to lose China growth. We're going to lose. Literally, globalization is going to die.
But not necessarily.
Globalization could die, but the cloud could save it.
The cloud can save it. The cloud can
save it all. The cloud is essentially globalization.
The cloud saves it all. You're intertwining everyone into a system that works around the world.
I don't know though, man. That's too much faith.
Because with 5G around the corner, 5G,
Yeah.
the whole thing with 5G. I mean, I can then get into like quantum computing, all this shit. But
is that why America is so worried about China?
Yeah, I think so.
Because whoever gets the cloud gets the growth.
Whoever gets the cloud, and also whoever gets 5G. Because 5G is only going to boost the cloud so much more connectivity.
5G is going to be crazy.
When 5G is like fully rolled, like I was just in Vegas for CES, and I was in those autonomous cars. They were called Aptiv, but out of Ireland.
And now you're like the Tesla shit.
Shit. These people were like level 4 autonomous control cars. The car was driving better than the person was driving. And it blew my mind the first time I took it. After I took it once, I was like, wow, I kind of want to take it some more. It's just.
But have you drove the Tesla?
I didn't get the opportunity to drive a Tesla, but I'm saying no. I'm not.
It's
talking
pretty
about,
similar.
I'm not talking about driving it. I'm talking about just no, because your level of autonomy. This is what they explained to me. Like I had no idea. I thought Tesla's like autonomous vehicle was fucking great, right? Like the way they market it, because that's how Tesla's. And goes back to all that marketing shit.
Yeah.
Tesla is so much better at marketing this than anyone else. So they're able to implement into your fucking mind that they have the best product out there and no one.
No, Tesla was just the first to market.
They're first to market, exactly. Like we spoke about this before. They also were the first to market, but they also are the best at marketing and generating noise.
But they spent zero on marketing.
But they generated noise. That just goes to prove more how much genius they were at fucking marketing. They spent zero. They were geniuses at it. Genius.
That's why. Why do you think he put all the little fucking toys in the car? That like the little like jokes and the little funny things. Literally, him sending a Model 3 on SpaceX was just a marketing stunt.
That's marketing. And did they pay for that? Of course, but did they also?
They didn't pay for marketing though.
They paid it through SpaceX. You know. All that because they're both his companies.
So what? Okay, so describe this autonomy. What did they say?
So this level of autonomy, level 2, basically you're able to identify, like you're not able to identify walking persons. You're not able to identify like stuff that's moving, right? You're able to stick to a certain lane and go with that lane, and you're able to identify big objects that are going to come into your way. That's it.
Yeah.
But if they move at a slighter, faster speed, you're not able to identify that. This one, level 4 autonomy, you're able to identify people crossing at a crosswalk, and when that and because of 5G will then like what they have there is installed inside the stoplights. They have the circuits, right? They have data, and that data is then transmitted to your car. and your car is that's smart cities. Like Las Vegas is one of the first smart cities. That car is then able to be like, okay, in 30 meters, I have a red light coming, and I know when it's going to be red. I know when it's going to turn green. And you're able to actually operate in that sense. So and then you're able to see the tree branches and anything that falls down or comes your way, basically anything,
How?
because they scan. So it's called lidars. These lidars, like not radars, called lidars. These lidars are able to like infrared thermal scan and be able to tell the difference between like what's a moving object and what's not.
Thermal?
Yeah, lidars.
Jesus.
And that's what you see on their computer screen. I mean, it was honestly blew my mind. I knew like stuff like that existed, but like the only level 5 would be that no person would have to be behind a stick.
I think they market Tesla as level 4
But it's not.
or even level 5.
Yeah. And these people that I spoke to, they're just like, you know, they're that's what they do, right? They do this all day, and they're like, it's not.
But dude, no, bro, you should have told me. I would have got the Tesla. Because dude, that thing, even after the update though, like on the freeway, it drives itself on the freeway, and I could take it and enter the destination. It'll exit and everything.
Oh, I know. It's because it's mapped out. Like they actually have people crews going mapping that.
No, and also though too, Tesla can't access a certain level because the government won't let them.
I know that.
They have it.
Tesla probably has it.
That's what they said. I think they do.
Yeah, I think they probably have it. They probably have it, but like I don't know.
You can't put it on the street.
Just the way these people were talking, I don't know how true it is. Maybe because it's competition.
No, that's the thing too. I think what a lot of these new competitions have totally fucked up, that they won't understand, is the regulations in the auto industry, and that's what Tesla has. Think about it. Before Tesla, what brand new car company have you ever fucking heard of mainstream? It doesn't exist.
No.
You know why? Since Ralph Nader was one of the biggest people who went after the car industry. They're one of the most lobbied industries in the world. That's why Elon had to get so much money. Just to safety test, I think you need like $4 billion.
Right, and that's corruption.
Yes, 100%.
That's all corruption.
I agree, but then
It's all because people need to get paid.
it's crony capitalism.
Yeah.
The guys paid so much money back then. You get the law in place now, and then no one will fight it.
They're the
'Cause
real
you
mafia. They're the gangsters.
Yeah, but
But it's okay. I mean, that's how they operate. Right? The fucking unions and all this shit. They're the gangsters. Like, they're the real gangsters now in today's society.
yeah,
You know, that's it.
I think if you really want to be a gangster, you should get into politics, of some sort like that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what these people are.
Honestly, man,
And
we're gonna live in a crazy world.
like this is the whole thing, like that like what 5G is able to do later on when you have fully autonomous vehicles. Like when they pass the regulation, everything gets able to put on the road maybe 10 years from now. You're gonna be able to, your car's gonna be able to sense, like, I mean, they're gonna have chips and trackers on anything from construction sites to certain cars that are parked there, or certain police things, or certain radars, or even in parking spots, or in whatever structure, you know. So it's able to map out for you what's the most optimal route for anything. So like you can work, like you'll love it. It's perfect. Like it's perfect for anyone. You're gonna be able to work while you get to any place you want, anytime.
Dude, we're gonna live in such a crazy world. It's gonna just work so good.
It's gonna work so great.
Like imagine that, with no second delay between cars going at green lights, and like
No delay.
a smart city. We are living, dude. It's gonna be so weird because it's gonna be so different for us. I can already imagine myself 10, 15 years.
So weird.
I'm just gonna be
You're
weirded
just
out.
gonna adapt it to it. You're just gonna be like, all right. Like,
I think you and I and people like us who are people listening to this who are like more advanced, like in like we give a shit, but like imagine fucking, what about the guys we know at a club dicking around? We went to.
no, I know people are still gonna be driving their fucking truck around, chilling, like doing like manual driving.
I just think it's gonna be a shock. I'm already like, even just thinking about this, I'm like, dude, that's
like people like
it's a different world you're talking,
Me and this
dude.
technologist were talking the other day, and like we were talking about how this past 100 years, technology really hasn't done that much.
Oh, we had that talk.
Yeah.
I said, dude, that's why I laugh when people say tech, because guess what? If you remove the internet, there's nothing.
Nothing.
We have no tech.
No tech. And what was the internet really? It was it wasn't that much tech.
It just the ability to connect.
That's all.
That's all.
That's what they gave you. It gave you like
Mhm.
if you want to talk about how weed is like the gateway drug, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was like the
No,
gateway
no.
drug.
You want to know what the real gateway drug was? Fucking telephone.
Telephone.
That's it, dude. Telephone, radio,
Telephone
television.
is serious.
No, those are all the
Yeah.
those propelled America
That's true.
and industry at amazing levels, and they all connected with people. So the next thing is going to be whatever connects people. And you know what I would say it is?
And what can connect the people that connects the people, and that's why the cloud is so important.
Or the cult.
Of course.
I'm just saying.
I mean, the cult.
Tell me the cult does not fall in there. Listen, anybody in the cult listening to this, oh shit, I'm at 1%.
Yeah.
This is great. I want people to hear this. Because this is really good to understand, I think, both future valuations, the past, but even then, I'm gonna do some cult propaganda here.
Yeah.
We're talking about connecting. You're saying what could connect the things that connect us. Seriously. My goal, I want to give back. We give it to the people, and we connect everybody.
Right.
That's what I said the cult is.
And that's your modern way of thinking to like just become your own. I mean, through tech, you're going to be able to connect so much more, right?
But that's where but then even then, if now I've talked about this, where I've told people, this is where I've made my money. I've spotted every bubble. Think like you tell me I'm good at this and that. I just spotted them early. Literally. I bought my Google in 07, 08.
Yeah.
Even then, before the crash and even after it still went up, I knew literally about like online, YouTube, all that before it got popping. I made 2014. I played weed stocks, made about just under $1 million on that, flipping those the first time. Amazon, that's why I told that guy I got an Amazon at $350,
Right.
because they were working on the cloud, and nobody knew what the fuck it was. That's why I got in, and it was literally the cloud was losing like billions of dollars a quarter, and they were like, "You're a fucking idiot, Bezos."
Yeah.
And that's what they were saying. They hated it. Investors hated the cloud.
Hated it. Everyone's gonna hate it. It's been like that for so long, right? Like,
No, now they fucking love it.
No. People hate stuff.
Oh yeah,
that they have no idea. Of course.
the cult, baby.
And that's what cult's gonna generate. It's gonna spread wisdom. And it's only gonna make other people better, not just people.
Yeah, and that's why this technology and stuff is good. But even then, but I think if we want to now look, the next thing is going to be whatever connects people, just like radio, TV, internet, and that's it. Because again, without internet, we have zero tech.
That's what the coal and the other things we're working on. It's all about connecting people.
But what is the next now? Obviously, I think what we're doing is great, but we are not. I'm outdated. What the cult is what they did back in the day, just literally connecting to people, but without the internet.
It's the blockchain.
The blockchain.
It's the blockchain.
Yeah, blockchain. Oh my God, Bitcoin.
And not just crypto, on anything, on real estate, food, finance, grocery shopping. I mean, whatever it is.
I think, is there any way the blockchain can be monopolized? Because think about it.
I think it's really hard to monopolize the blockchain.
It's not. Telephone, radio, internet.
Right.
It's all monopolized.
It is, but because they were created by the government.
No. All internet was open source.
It was created by the government.
Al Gore.
It was created by the military.
Telephone.
Same.
Bell.
It was
No.
comms. They did it for the military. Everything done to this day has been done it for the military.
Fuck, you're so right.
But this isn't. This was done for the people. And this was done by, I don't even know who the fuck Nakamura or whatever the fuck his name is, or whoever really did
Satoshi?
this.
Yeah, whoever really did this, but
Oh, okay. What if he was the military?
maybe
No
maybe
one.
they do monopolize that to a certain degree, but then that's like that's
No,
that's
I don't even. I think it will get monopolized. So we need someone. I know a lot about the tech behind it, and I think the monopolization is gonna come through energy. That's it.
energy.
Yeah, you just control the fucking price to produce, like they've been doing with Bitcoin, and that makes sense with the Chinese mining farms, or you drop the price like it is now, make no incentive. Holy shit. I think we should buy Bitcoin. Oh my god, maybe.
Why are you so heavy on? I really
I'm
don't
still
like
holding
crypto.
it.
I really don't like crypto.
I want more.
I don't.
It's for this reason. Oh, I'm thinking 10 years, but I haven't even really thought about it. I never.
Because when you can tokenize anything, and have it have some fiat value, what is the Bitcoin going to do for you besides being the Tesla of this?
I was just going to say, it's the Tesla. I like Ethereum. Ethereum is the first smart contract.
Ethereum has their own blockchain.
And it's valuable.
Ethereum has their own.
Ethereum's solid. Yeah, I own more Ethereum than Bitcoin.
It has their own blockchain.
Yeah,
platform.
Ethereum's going to kill it. I think Ethereum, but then also, yeah, I think.
And that's what Ripple sets them apart too, because Ripple also has their own blockchain platform.
Wow.
You're able to build off of Ripple. You're able to build off Ethereum.
So you're saying Bitcoin is just going to be.
I think Bitcoin is just hype.
But,
Bitcoin hasn't done anything to this day.
No, but Bitcoin has one thing though. It's not owned by a company.
Right.
XRP, Ethereum, have CEOs.
Yeah. They're all fully functioning companies.
But that's not for the people.
No.
That's where Bitcoin.
It's not. But then again, at the same time, Bitcoin could be the currency of the future, right? But then you've always to this day realized anything that tried to be the currency of the future, anything gold, silver, anything's failed.
Not you can't put gold and silver. You can't say gold and silver.
No.
That's an outdated. But like, what have they used as the currency of the future?
U.S. dollar.
That worked for a long time.
For a long time. Bitcoin could work for a long time. But I don't think that's a.
I think it could be another bubble.
I mean, the way that it's talking about gold and silver, it's not necessarily right. But I think that the way I said that is just because what Bitcoin is able to do for you.
You're just saying what people have always. They're quickly trying to find a replacement for the dollar,
Right?
And naturally, gold and silver has come up because there hasn't been any viable option.
No.
What other thing has there
But
been?
then why gold and silver? It's because they're rare forms. Same with diamonds, right?
But diamonds are more. But then same with Bitcoin.
Same with Bitcoin, right? I know
They're
to
mining.
a certain degree. They're mining it, and they
And you don't, and it's not owned by a company. You don't know who owns it, and it's limited, and it's clearly
right. But I think it's a short-term solution to a long-term problem that's not going to be solved.
I think no. I think no because I've said this before. Bitcoin is going to do. It's not going to get rid of the dollar. It's not going to get rid of money, but it's going to do to money what email did to mail. That's it. Email didn't get rid of the post office.
So you're saying you still need a fiat currency
100%.
in the stock
Oh,
reserve.
fuck yeah. Without fiat, what do you get?
But then that's the whole thing again.
Nah, you too.
What is fiat?
No, it doesn't matter.
No, what is fiat?
Fiat's perception.
Right.
That's it. I don't care what. Yeah, my dollar's worth. I fucking. My money's worthless, but as long as I know. It's just like the stocks. If I know an idiot is going to take my fucking piece of paper and give me my fucking food and give me the roof over my head.
So what's different than food stamps?
Get the fuck out of here. I know. Okay.
It's the same concept.
It is, but here's the thing. If I came to you and I was like, yo, let me, we're going to go half on this deal. You put up $250,000. I'm going to put up $250,000 in food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Are you down?
Normally, no. Who would be down for that?
Why? Why wouldn't you be down?
Because that only gets me food.
Exactly. Your perception. And it's whatever.
Unless there's something on the dark web that I don't know about where you could sell.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you knew the stamps could get you something else.
If I knew the stamps could give me something else, I'd do that.
So again, so why is the fiat so important now with the dollar? Because for the last fucking 100 years, it's been perpetuated. That piece of paper with a fucking white guy on it from America, anywhere in the world, will get you whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. And that's right, because it's accepted, right?
And it's perceived.
Perceived to be accepted.
It's all perception.
And it's accepted.
That's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. It's already happening.
It is already happening.
And that's why the
Definitely.
first to market advantage on Bitcoin for that
It's great.
is just as valuable as a dollar.
It's great, but I think at the end of the day, what you're talking about is currency is huge, right? I understand that, and but when you have such an excess flow in what you call the float,
Yeah.
What does that do?
Inflation
When I issue more shares, what does that do?
dilutes.
Right, and when it dilutes, what is that going to do to Bitcoin?
They can't though.
Why they can mine some more?
No, it's a fixed supply. It's like gold. Can you dilute gold?
Right. So then, how at the end of the day, then because there's such a limited amount, how are you going to expect this to become the next dollar?
Exactly. Because it does run in. That's now monetary policy. It's the unholy trinity of any.
Right. But what's the monetary policy on Bitcoin?
You just can't print more, which would allow you, which pretty much means what is it? Capital or value? It's capital controls, I believe. The unholy trinity is.
Well, then what does that do to the price?
It will stay the same. I think really, what I could see is what they did with gold, because that's what America did. They backed the dollar first by gold until they ran into that problem. That's why they got rid of it in Bretton Woods in '73, because they were saying, okay, well, if it's backed by gold, we don't have enough gold to back it,
No.
but we need to issue more to get more dollars in there, and they wanted to balance it. So then they said, fuck it, unpeg from gold. Then they lowered the peg. Then they said, fuck it, we're not backed by gold anymore, because then that allowed them to have freedom of monetary policy. So if you don't have that freedom, it constrains your economy. So, and that's why everybody slowly from '73, everybody was fixed either to a nut. Like China was, even to this day, China's somewhat pegged to our dollar.
It is.
It's kind of weird now, but it's traditionally pegged.
Yes.
The yen is.
Yes.
So when that peg is slowly from '73, if your economy and trade, if you wanted to keep up with everything and expand and grow, you had to get rid of a peg. You had to float it. So that's Bitcoin's issue. But I think the progression is, think about what we're saying. This world we just pictured of fucking autonomous cars and all this, right?
Right.
And it comes into this wave where old money won't work.
Right. But
It comes with Bitcoin.
No, but it does.
It will. It'll be there, just like the email, right?
But it does, because you have technology. It's how does your Apple Pay work?
It's just numbers on screens. So you're saying the new dollar is just going to be the new digital fucking bank account? That's it.
All it is.
There's never going to be a fucking piece of paper,
No.
and it's just going to be oh my god, this perception
Yeah.
that America has this many dollars. It's just the Federal Reserve balance sheet. That's
essentially what it is today too. But you could see this paper, but all this paper is
realistically, yeah. Our millions are in our bank accounts.
You don't need something like that. That's why I've never been so heavy on crypto, because you don't need something like that. You only need it when you're in a third world country and you're still fucking bartering shit.
Oh fuck! Did you just destroy Bitcoin?
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Because only on the black market and when you're bartering stuff will that be used. Because it's an untraceable currency.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of scale. But my really what I was getting at, or what I could picture with this world, is that it goes into this, the next thing to connect is on the money level, because this whole world of 5G is all connected.
Right.
You get that money in there now, decentralized. That's the new thing, blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
Government sees it. Well, public recognizes value.
Mm-hmm.
Government has to adopt eventually if it's big enough.
Yeah.
And just like gold, I think they're just going to privatize it. I think they offered to buy everyone's gold.
On the bit?
Yeah. And they're just going to buy out all of it. Or what are they doing now? If you fucking dump enough.
But that means you're saying that you need to have that as your basis, right? You need to base $1 out of Bitcoin.
And you can.
But why would you ever do that?
You can, though, for your reasoning. You know why? Because $1, you can only split up $1 to what? 1 penny. A Bitcoin, you can do it to a Satoshi. That's a millionth.
Right.
So with
You have
that,
a good
nope,
point
nope,
there.
nope. That never mind. No, go. That destroys everything. That is how you get what your currency you're looking for.
Right.
Because now you could keep printing money on your account by just slashing the fucking decimal, which you can never do with the dollar.
No, you can never do it with any currency.
Anything. So now, and that's how, and then Bitcoin would trap people. Because imagine your debt level.
It'd be absurd.
Because then you could you could fucking enslave people by just taking them to the 10th of what they owed.
This would just be terrible.
Well, that's the negative side. But really what I'm saying, though, is that the government could literally either dump the price now like they have, and they could be buying all of it now, or once they see how valuable it is, they have enough money, and they know that people are willing to take it. They're just buy everyone's Bitcoin.
So at the end of the day, you're still controlled. You put out this free thing. You put out this thing that's not supposed to be controlled.
Because remember, that is what I'm saying.
Right.
When it gets big enough and good enough, you're going to monopolize it. Somebody is. And how they do it is by using whatever the biggest source of value at that time and waving it in their face. Money, 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 dollars.
Right.
People are taking it. How do you get people out of the hood in a gentrifying neighborhood?
Right. But then you can do the same with Ethereum. You can do the same thing with Ripple. You can do the same thing with any other
I agree.
token out there.
But they would only do it to Bitcoin because that's the other ones are companies. Those are going to be way easier.
Well, and somehow along the line something else comes out that because Bitcoin's monopolized, people are going to go.
But they're not going to.
outsource
But they're not
their
going to
services.
trust it now because they're like, well, why would I go to that currency when now the government is saying they'll even support Bitcoin?
But in that sense, then you're even more controlled than any before. You're more controlled than China is now by communist
And guess
government.
what though? America's the best at hiding it.
Yeah.
They're like, decentralized Bitcoin. America, the government agrees with you. We just bought some.
Then the way that you view the future is going to be somewhere where everyone gets lined up, swipes a certain card, and they all go to work as slaves.
Well,
And being enslaved is higher
and
power.
if you ask me to what I believe, I'd say that does kind of fall in line with future end times. But
and that's the same thing that
we're not.
with AI. I mean, like, what we're trying to say is like the Tao movie, right?
Yeah.
Or like this, any of those movies where you see it like that happens, and like you have
And even just fucking biblical prophecy, Mark of the Beast, but
all of that.
But even then, no. But
That's up to the people.
See,
to decide
no, but
at the
even
end of
then,
the day.
no. That's I'm a crazy motherfucker, but I think I also could I know fantasy from now factual, just economic.
Right.
If I didn't want to be tinfoil here, the economics of just treating it like gold, government adopts it, comes in, and then eventually it will fail with when the government takes control, and then they'll just abandon it, and then have a new fix or something with it. But that's where, but I don't know, because I think maybe crypto is blockchain. But then that's where I'm asking is like, I think blockchain might be that big wave, that next bubble, and even though and that's scary because people think we already saw it.
But the thing is that blockchain is at what, like the infancy, right? 1% to 2% of being like fully, but the cloud is still at 20%. There's still 80% of the cloud to go, right? And the blockchain obviously will go along with the cloud.
But the cloud is based off of internet.
Right.
Blockchain.
You can do a blockchain cloud. It's the same thing. You decentralize it and you fucking offload it and you're on.
So then maybe we don't see blockchain blow up till the cloud is developed.
Yeah. You need the cloud to be fully developed before you can see something as developed as the blockchain, which then goes into like, okay, later on you have supercomputers.
The infrastructure is not set up for blockchain to blow up right now.
No.
It's too ahead of its time.
It's very ahead of its time, but you're able to do it in practical solutions, right? Such as like fintech, payments. I mean, like think about ag tech, all that. Like all of these practical solutions, real estate. You're able to actually bring it in and just make it safer for everyone.
To a degree, but it could even get crazier.
You can get way crazier. I'm just saying for now, for the foreseeable future, for now, what you're able to do before cloud becomes what it is, what you're able to do with blockchain, and that's still very great. That gives you financial security. And that also keeps your IP safe, right? And that's what you always want.
But that's so...
Because that's what the internet couldn't provide to you.
Yeah.
The internet has no safety. There's no safety net. Everything's stored on one server, or a few, but they're all somewhere, right? Even with how the cloud is now, it's all.
Remember that fucking building?
Yeah.
You can buy the whole data center for 15 mil.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous.
He's in it. That's why I said that deal. I was like, this is so weird, isn't it?
Yeah. No, but that's just fiber shit. I think that's stuff's like gonna be done.
Oh, it'll be done, but technically right now, like did you read the deck?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Bro, if we got that building,
it just tripped me out.
Bro, we would have internet speed 450 gigabytes per second.
Yeah.
I was thinking if we did that, we could literally create the LA Wall Street, the LA Stock Exchange, because we would have the fastest routing connection. But to me I thought that was too cheap. Remember I kept telling you, I was like 15 mil?
There's something wrong with the thing. There's something wrong with the deal that we just don't know.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
We do more dicking, but like I don't know how serious we are into buying that
No, that just scares me. I don't know. I wouldn't even. I would talk to
Bro,
him.
the dark web stuff they're talking about, all of it just like it just tripped me out. Like I tripped out reading that deck. It was very trippy.
I tripped the fuck out reading this deck.
This is a very trippy deck, and you know, like I'm very into like all this like tech stuff. So like this is very trippy. The stuff that they were trying to like push forward and market and say, I don't know, it was wild. All for like $15 million. Like,
well, because that was a company. You know, the deal was that we were going to give them 15 mil, and then they were going to use that to buy the building. So our 15 mil would be secured by the building.
Right.
So even if
but it's really for this company. It's like a convertible fucking note in a sense.
Exact. Where they're saying that they'll lease it back. So they're saying they don't have 15 mil now to buy it, but they're saying, whoa, if we have 15 mil, this is what we want to do with it because it's such a good opportunity. And they're saying you put up the 15 mil, buy the property, we'll lease it from you and try to pay it off.
Right.
And if they don't pay it off, we still own the building, which it's a win-win, honestly. Yeah. But then, even then, but I'm like, how in the world access to what they're saying? Like, come on, you're telling me I'm the fucking only person?
Then also, and exactly, right? That's what we're saying. Why you, right? Why you? Why them? Or why?
We weren't the first people to think about it.
Right.
And like, why didn't it? And at such a low entry price?
$15 million for that building. That's a huge building.
Nothing.
That's like a 40-story building in downtown LA.
No. It's the side building. You get the side building and the bar, but it comes with the rights to the data. So you're buying a bar.
So it's not six. So it wasn't 615.
It was 615.
I saw 615. It's huge.
But you know what the one next to it is?
What?
One Wilshire.
Yeah.
And that's the data center. It's all but underground.
The 615 is huge.
I think it's big. Yeah.
It's huge, bro. It's huge, tucked away in this like next to the city hall. I don't even know what the hell is going on.
Crazy? 15 mil.
And anyway, one Wilshire. It's just crazy to me that like all that is just operating around you, around people and you just people have no idea.
I had no idea until he said that.
You have no idea.
My brother's, and that's why my brother's like, dude, this guy's. I was like, what are you? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, just look at this. I was like, email it to me. And I was like, what? I didn't even know that existed.
No.
But
people that kind of operate like that. I mean, then
it's real though.
It is.
The one Wilshire is real.
It's real.
I didn't know it. I was unaware. I was ignorant.
All of it's real. Anything like.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's also crazy to me, like all these other companies, just like Vector Space.
See, but that was the next play on that because the rights underneath the building, you get access to those rights, and the only other person who has access is Carlos Slim, and because it comes with, that's the thing. It's in LA, but I think the real opportunity.
Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't want to get Carlos Slim's gonna fucking chop your head off.
Yeah, but you still have rights with it. Doesn't matter.
So, right, and then Carlos Slim is gonna fucking come at you with some shit because.
Okay, we'll just put it.
He's a scary guy.
We'll put it into the cult, and the cult will collect it. We'll blockchain it.
Cult collectively blockchain.
Blockchain that bitch.
But then that's that.
Even if I die, even if we die.
We were just talking about 5G, and that goes against everything 5G, right? That goes against 5G. Because we want to have with 5G.
No. It makes sense because what happens? Developed countries, United States gets new technology. What do?
Sell the stuff to
The rest of the countries get our old shit.
No.
The fucking 1999 Toyota T100s are popping in Africa right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
and they
the
like,
hand-me-down.
yeah. So 4G fiber for Mexico, that's gonna be hot.
It's ridiculous, but then that's just you just gonna get involved with Carlos Slim.
I mean,
which couldn't
couldn't it be? Well, that doesn't sound bad.
No,
If you're on the good side.
Bad, but if you're on the good side, it could work out. It could definitely work out. But the way they actually want to, I don't know how like where you are with the 5Gs and everything like that going on. But the way they actually wanted to do it is to actually send these satellites, the low orbiting satellites around the Earth, to for everyone to use, right? They sell it to governments at first. So it's like kind of free use, right? And you know, any governments can make the most use of it as long as they purchase it. And maybe Africa doesn't purchase it, but Mexico's gonna purchase it. You know, like certain countries are still developing, but they have enough capital are gonna go that route because it then saves a lot for them. Because think about all the wires and everything that you're dragging around everywhere, all over the place. That should all be gone.
Dude, you know who said it? It was Guru's. Did you meet that guy Mike? That was with him?
From Zona?
Yeah, no, not from Zona. From like way back. He's known him for a long time. He's like the tech guy. Oh man, he's a smart guy. This guy was telling me when he was like in 1997, 1995, he was fully coding HTML. Like he was like us.
Uh-huh.
He was young and he was on computers and he was ahead of his time, but like he still knows his shit. But you could tell he was in that early era.
Right.
But he said something. You ready for this? And I this blew my mind. Stereo equipment and sound. Think XLR. The XLR cable for microphones. That has never changed.
No.
But imagine if they did try to change that.
They've tried.
Every speaker system would be obsolete.
But they tried that.
They can't to get everyone adopting it. It'd be crazy.
No, do you know why they can't right now? But they will. With 5G, they will.
Oh my god.
I swear, because everything. What's wrong with everything in the world? Latency, connectivity issues.
Well, no, even then, you would have to get rid of all those wires and have to get new speakers to plug in.
It's a slow adoption.
It's expensive. It's what you were saying.
Right, it's expensive.
The
So
stickiness.
Not necessarily people are.
I think the audio XLR
Mhm.
and audio is so sticky.
Right.
There's no new technology I don't think can get rid of it for a while.
And that's what. And I don't even know if that goes to the thing, but like USBs, right?
Still, even if you wanted to do
But the
it,
XLR just fucking kills it.
yeah.
But I don't think anyone has tried to invest enough money into trying to prove that as another product because it works so well, and it's just such a low cost basis.
It's perfect. Fucking copper and rubber.
Perfect. You can see another way. I mean, the amount of wires that go through on a production site is ridiculous.
I know. That's why it's.
Will that change? Probably. Anytime, like very soon. I don't think so.
It's hard. It's
But
expensive.
it will come on. People are gonna be like because because right now the tech is really expensive, right? But 5 years from now, the tech is gonna be cheaper.
No, not with that's because that's the thing. Like studio equipment, it stays the same. Like when I went to Dre's studio, and
Right. No, I'm saying now because no one has tried to like revolution until someone.
I don't think it's an incentive to.
Until someone in their garage wants to do that, and just like people say like Amazon, there's no like incentive, or like Bill Gates, whatever incentive it was. Some two kids in their garage are gonna be like
They're listening. They're listening to this right now,
like,
man.
Fuck these XLR cables.
Yeah.
And they're gonna come out with some tech to make them all connect and be with each other, and it's gonna be mind blowing. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Why did no one ever think?
I like it. I feel. Hey, all right. And if you're listening to this, I hopefully one of you kids in music, man, one of you guys invented it.
Get involved.
Yeah, start to fix it. There's the problem. Fix it.
Yeah.
Make a better XLR cable for music or wireless studio equipment.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said about the 5G.
5G,
That's how you get the wireless. Because then you have the connection.
Yeah, okay, but now what happens if the fucking connection goes out?
And that all electricity's out.
That's the only way?
Electricity's out, and you're just.
Yeah, your XLR cable's still gonna work with. Actually, no, it would. If you had a battery.
if you had a battery. But that's the same thing as your backup generator.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, all this backup generator runs on oil. All this shit that we're talking about, all is an energy resource, right? So at the end of the day, until someone discovers a strong enough energy source that can be free fucking energy for everyone.
No way.
I don't know.
So then, is energy the play?
Energy's always the play.
Hopefully,
You know?
this discussion, you guys see the fucking dynamics and just have in the depth of economics. And you could go. This is why you could get so many ideas to invest,
Right.
and why there's so many opportunities. And oh man, it's complex.
I just got approached with the opportunity to invest in a company
I can't wait for this.
that's a robot that builds pizzas. All right. It's a pizza building robot. Okay. It's technology out of France. They built this pizza, and it's a pretty good pizza apparently, according to them. It's a pretty good pizza. It tastes all right. It can crank out 120.
They're really selling me on this.
120 pizzas an hour.
Who's gonna eat 120 pizzas an hour?
Think about at ballparks. Think about at big concerts, in train stations, at the
Oh
airport.
shit! So it's like a vending machine.
Yeah. So it's all it is. It's just a robot, and it does the dough. It does everything. It's like handmade.
Oh my
It's in the
god!
oven, everything's like done, and it produces it out. Like, I mean, robotics is the whole other realm we didn't even touch about. Like, you know what I mean? Like what robotics could do in terms of like people that were paraplegic or people that.
Hey, hold on. This pizza robot though.
Honestly,
This is.
pizza robot's hysterical.
What do you mean? I think it's a good idea.
It's a great idea.
I don't think it's that funny. I think it's kind of. I laughed at first, but now you're like, okay.
I think it's
Ben
funny, but-
ballparks, all
Yeah,
that.
I think it could generate a lot of income, and a lot of people would actually adopt this and buy it, especially in places like China, where you have so many people
Yeah.
that you need to feed.
Don't they have those in like Asia and those like vending machines where you just it
Yeah,
comes
there's
out?
like vending machines that just come out and it does it, but it's still like like a ramen, right? It's like whatever it puts it together, but there's nobody that's like hand making something like that puts it in the vending machine. This is like handmade, like fresh delivered, like to the scale. It's like pumping out. It's hysterical.
I'm dying right now.
It's hysterical, but then I got approached with another company the other day. It was like a cervix, right? So the plates, the plates in the spine. When you have something wrong with your back, you put plates in your spine, like Tiger Woods did.
Yeah.
So this company did it for Tiger, right? And you see Tiger now, but compared to 2 years ago, he couldn't figure out the plate correctly. Now he's killing it.
Wow.
So this plate company is doing somewhat of a good job. I just don't know enough about biotech to try to invest in a company like that. But it seems like they're like and that's a
Do they
whole
have,
different.
is there
sector
anything
now.
for FDA?
They're getting approved. They're like third level, almost 4 level.
Bro, I want to pull a Skrelly play. Remember I told you that with the last biotech? I said we should have.
Crazy.
I said we should have bought 60% of the float, and then gone for the what's it called? The
Reverse merger.
no the that coupon from the FDA. If you go for it's like a
It
non-study
was a
drug.
reverse merger play on the walking company, right?
Yeah, Rewalk.
Yeah.
No, I said no hostile takeover. I said we took it over, and then go to what's it called? You go to the FDA, and you say, hey, we're gonna go for it's like something designated drug,
Mm-hmm.
where if it's a small disease or it's like those plates, right? If it's affected by like less than like 300,000 people, if you make a drug for special needs it's not a big market, the FDA will give you a coupon that gives you a fast track approval for any drug, right? So if you get
That's what Skrelly did.
he got one of them, and then he sold it to Abivi for like $40 million. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just get the coupon, so that could be a play with them. If we could get in on that and find a way, and if they have FDA, and if not that many people are in the spine, if you get a fast track approval coupon, I think it sold for $40 million. I think you could get up to $120 million market for
I
it.
think easy. I think you could definitely.
Because think about it. He's literally saying, if you have this coupon, you could get to the front of the line of the FDA process.
Yeah.
It's insane. That's fucking years.
Isn't that crazy how things work like that?
Isn't it crazy how if you
Think
just
about
fucking know that?
Yeah.
Literally, you guys listening,
It's
if
like-
you
it's
could
like
pull
when
this off, you'll
it's
make
like
40
when
million.
you go to Disneyland. Do they advertise fast track? Never. But the people that know are lining up to get that fast track all the
I
time.
feel.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
The whole world operates the same. It's just different.
So if you know, you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
That's it.
Education.
Education.
That's it.
Everything from like stock markets to
See, but that's what goes back to all our future shit now. I think the control is just going to be, it doesn't fucking matter, because if people are still uneducated on how to use the tech,
Right.
whoever knows how, like I know how to use the fucking computer,
Right.
I fucking win in life, in money.
Whoever can program and code, and that's why coders are becoming more and more expensive as the day goes by.
This is good. All right, man. I think that was we're going to wrap it up there. That was dope.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a full. You guys, all right, man.
Circle.
That was Olivier. See, now you guys, you guys got the real Olivier. You got him in his zone. You're not driving. He's just coming in hot. That was a good one, man. So you guys, subscribe,
Yo, subscribe.
like, give your comments. I want to know, what do you guys think about all of this? I'm sure you guys, maybe for the next episode, you guys should just always just comment when you hear something.
I'm sure someone's gonna say I'm not ready when there's blood in the streets, but
Oh man, they love going after you, bro. They love when on the real estate one, they were like, "Oh, he's gonna regret buying that condo." They told you to go buy a farm.
that was amazing.
That was my best comment. I love that.
I'd love to buy a farm. Maybe he could
We
become
should.
a farmer.
Maybe. Hey, so we need farmers. Anything. Olivier's crazy. Don't underestimate. Again, there's a reason why people are pitching him robotic pizza companies. I love.
Cervical spine shit.
I want that. I want to look into that one though.
We get pitched on a lot of shit.
But
Supersonic jets to like. It goes on and on.
Okay. We'll end this there. If you made it this far, well, I'm gonna open a special opportunity for you. Give me your business idea. If you guys want to pitch us a thought, we'll either talk about it or hey, give us a real. Again, if it's a good idea, we'll consider it.
Yeah.
I think that's what you guys need to even understand. Like, and hopefully you see that we could even laugh at stuff and we could see these ideas, but like you've seen how deep these conversations go. If you can make money at it, and there you guys might not even see a window, but if you see the window, intellectual property, competitive advantage, I'm sure listen to this a couple times, you'll find out what the pitch is probably, and you'll probably learn a thing or two. But yeah, we'll leave it there. I love you guys. Stay in school. Stay active.
Stay educated.
Stay educated. That's what I just changed to stay educated.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. I like to stay educated. All right, guys. Good night. Good morning.